Hello, my name is Kellen, and I'm a support staff here at Veith Consulting. Today's video is going to focus on the features of the Surveys module. I'm going to be using our demo website, Pastry Chefs of America, in order to demonstrate some of the features. Fundamentally, the Survey module will allow you to create a form to ask questions to your members and to view their responses. The Surveys module is a members-only feature. If you want to make a survey for the general public, you can use the Forms module to do so. As a member, there are three primary ways to take a survey. You can either receive the survey in an email, you can follow a link to the survey that's been posted somewhere else, or you can access the survey module from the member menu. As an admin, you can create or edit surveys from the surveys module from the admin menu, heading to features and clicking on surveys. This will take you to the survey list page. On this page, you'll see a survey title, a description, messages, and functions. These are all columns in this table. In the survey title column, you'll see the name of the survey and a generic link to the survey. This generic link can be posted on a web page or somewhere else. When a user follows this link, if they are not logged in, this will prompt them to log in before they take the survey. This description column will show the available dates for the survey and a description of the survey. If the survey has already finished or its available date ended in the past, you can click on this Include Past Surveys button, and that will show you some of the past surveys, and then you can access the functions of past surveys from over here. The messages column will show how many messages are remaining to be sent. So when you make a survey and you send it to, say, a lot of people, this will sort of show how many people are remaining in the queue for emails that are still being sent. In the functions column, you'll see these 5 buttons. These 5 buttons will allow you to edit the survey, and this button will allow you to delete the survey. Then you'll have the copy button, which will allow you to copy the survey, and what that will do is that'll copy the questions of the survey, but it will not copy over the responses. And then here you'll have the reports button, and the reports button will show you various data for the survey, various responses, or who's taken the survey, for example. And then finally you have the emails button, and the email button will generate a unique link which can be sent in an email. But the unique link that's generated in this email will allow people to simply follow the link, and then they will not need to log in. Now we're going to cover creating a survey and the various setup options that are available. So if we scroll down, at the bottom of the page you'll find an Add New Survey button. This will allow you to begin to create a new survey. You can start with the survey name. We'll name it Demonstration Survey. And then we can give the survey a description, and we can say something like, please take this survey. Here we can set the begin and the end date of the survey. Today is February 12th, so I'll set the date for today. And then I'll make the survey end sometime next week. We'll say next Monday. Next we have the completion notification email field. This will let you enter in an email address, and then anytime someone completes the survey, it will send an email to this person saying that someone completed the survey. Next we'll look at the thank you page redirect URL field. This will let you basically link to any website or any page that you want, and anytime someone completes the survey, it'll take them to that web page. Here we have the hide and member area checkbox. If you turn this on, the members will not be able to access the survey from the member surveys menu. In the single pass option, this will not allow members to go back and change their response. So basically they get one survey submission. They don't get to change any of their answers. Here we have the paid members only option, and it's implicative. It'll only allow members who have paid memberships to participate in the survey. People who have not paid for their membership or are not current with their dues will not be allowed to participate. Here you have the notify respondents option, and this will let people know that the survey is over when the survey is done. So it'll only let the people who have actually taken the survey know.
Moving on,
we will get to the questions menu for the survey. This is where you can begin to add fields to your survey, or different questions that you would like to ask people on the survey. To cover the different fields real quick, you'll see we have, just going down the list, we have a multiple choice single question. This is your standard multiple choice question. You ask a question, you offer a number of answers, and you let them choose one answer. Next, you'll have a multiple choice range question. You ask a single question, you have multiple answers, and you let users select multiple of the answers. Next, you have a yes or no field, and you ask a yes or no question, and then they'll answer yes or no. Here you have a text or currency field. This is a short text field. You could ask somebody to fill out their name or where they're from, and this will let them enter anything up to or less than 25 characters. Next, you'll have the multi-line text field. This would be up for long text entries if you wanted to ask somebody where they respond with a lot of text, or if they respond with a paragraph, or I've even seen essays sometimes. Here we have the numerical rating field. This will let you ask for a numerical rating of something, and you can specify whether you want that to be a 1 to 5 rating, or a 1 to 10 rating, or some other 1 to whatever rating scale. Here you have the file upload field. Here you can ask users to upload a file to it and say, hey, maybe upload a picture of, or some other file that you want to ask for. Now we'll move on to the dependent field checkbox, and this will allow you to make a dependent field which will say, okay, if this is checked, then these other hidden options will now appear, and we're going to ask these other questions that we're only going to ask to people who have answered, say, yes to the dependent field, but we will not show these other questions to somebody who has answered no to the dependent field. And then finally you have a verbiage field option, and the verbiage field is a way for you to basically write on the survey or give instructions on the survey, but not ask for any input from the user. So to demonstrate how you can use these, let's create a survey and let's ask for a user's opinion about an event. Let's first ask which event they attended, and let's create a multiple choice single field to do that. So we'll start here, and we'll start with a question. We'll ask, which event did you attend? And you'll see these other options down here. You have a require selection field, you have a use list of countries for options, you have a make other questions dependent on this field, and then you have a make dependent on option. These two options work hand in hand. Without any questions having a other questions dependent marked as this, then there will be nothing to select here. We'll work more on this in a moment. This use list of countries for options is something that's part of the multiple choice questions. You could ask a question like, which country are you from? And then instead of having to type out the entire list of countries as a potential answers to that question, you could check this box, and then when someone is filling out the form, they will have a drop-down box where when they're asked, which country are you from, all the countries will be listed in that drop-down box, and then they can select which country they're from. There's a couple other options similar to this in other fields, and you'll see them in there. They're mostly self-explanatory. So this use list of countries for options is kind of self-explanatory. It's going to use a list of countries as your potential answers. So, circling back to which event did you attend, let's continue making this question. And so let's submit that. So that's now the question, and now we can create options or answers for this question. And we'll say, hypothetically, event 1 was one of the events, and then let's add an event 2, and let's add an event 3, and finally an event 4. And let's continue. So that'll be our first question in the survey. We'll be asking, which event did you attend? And then we'll let somebody pick one of 4 events. Now, let's add another question, and let's ask, yes or no, were you happy with the event that you attended? And we can say, were you happy with the event you attended. And let's check this make other questions dependent on this field box. And we're going to ask a follow-up question to this. Whether they answer yes or no, we're going to ask a different question. So let's continue. We're now going to add a new question. And we're going to make a multi-line text field. And what we're going to ask is, assuming that they had said yes, they were happy with the event, we are going to ask, what did you like about the event? And just get some feedback. And so what we're going to do is we're going to make this dependent on, you can see the yes or no fields of yes, were you happy with the event, or no, were you happy with the event. This is what did you like, so this will be dependent on yes, they were happy with the event. We can submit that. And we can add one more. We'll make another multi-line text field. And let's ask, what could we have done better at the event? And we'll make that dependent on whether they answered no to were you happy with the event you attended. One final thing I'd like to point out is you could require the selection, and so you could make it so somebody has, and you could do this for most fields. Some fields are implicative that they're not required, but in fields that you can require, they will not be able to submit the survey if they do not check this on. And so that's just a quick little sample survey for how you can use the different fields to create questions or guide people into giving feedback. If we continue from here, we'll be shown a preview of how the survey will look, and we can test it here to see if we have our fields set up right. So let's choose event 2. Were you happy with the event you attended? If we choose yes, we should see another multi-line text field show up asking what we liked about it. Or if we choose no, then we see the other option. What could we have done better? So good, that's set up right. So let's continue. And now finally you'll see a confirmation screen saying your survey is now ready. And then you can have the link here to email the survey to your members, or you can click this to return back to the survey menu. So here, if you had clicked the email link before, you would be taken to the survey email screen. But here we can go to that same screen from the functions menu we looked at earlier. Click on emails. Here you can, similar to other sort of messages you fill out, you'll fill out a sender name. And we can say my name. And we'll say it's a test survey, so we'll say test@veedconsulting.com. And we'll say it's a test survey, it's the subject. And then we can include a message, and we'll say this is a test survey message. We'll continue. And then, similar to other messages you send in the system, you can attach a file or anything else. Continue on, and then you'll be brought to the recipients list, which again is similar to other recipients lists throughout other parts of the system. You can find your members individually, or you can add people by other groupings here. You can select them by their membership plans, and then when you've added members, then you can come over here to your recipients list, or remove people if you need, or clear the sent flag so you can resend it. Okay, now that we've created a demonstration survey, I've gone ahead and had a few test records go through and take and respond to the survey, and I wanted to show you how you can see the results using this reports function from the survey menu. So if we click on reports, you'll see we have a results report, we have a respondents report, we have an individual responses report, and then these two options have a comma separated values version, which is a spreadsheet option. These two would be the same data, it's just a spreadsheet version versus a website version. So
If we look at the results here, we can see the different questions we asked, and we can see what choices were selected or what text inputs were entered. So somebody of the three people, well, three people took it. One person chose that they went to event 1, one person chose they went to event 3, one person chose they went to event 4. Here in the what did you like about the event, we saw one person wrote it was fun, one person wrote it was very fun. And then what could we have done better? Someone wrote not very fun. So this is just their menu to see how people actually responded to the questions that you ask. Now, if we go back and we look at the respondents report, you can see the people's names of who took the survey and when they took the survey, or if they had actually completed or not completed the survey. And then this date sent column would show you what date you sent the survey if you had sent the survey using the email function. Now, finally, we have the individual responses report, which it'll show you what one person said for the survey. So this person who said they went to event 4, they were happy with it, it was very fun. This person, this response, they went to event 1, they were happy with it, it was fun. In this response, this person went to event 3, they were happy with it, not very fun. And that is basically, that's just a summary of the different reports. Now, finally, we're going to be looking at our configuration options for the survey. We can head to our admin menu and head to our configuration link. And from our configuration menu, we can head down to our surveys link. And this will take us to our surveys configuration. You can see we have 4 options. This hide surveys in members area will make it so the members cannot access the surveys from their member menu. They would have to receive the survey either in an email or by finding the link somewhere else. Next, we have the hide surveys results from members. This would make it so that only admins would be able to see the survey results. Here we have the survey results only available after the survey end. So make it so that it's applicative. The survey results would only be available after the survey is over. But this is for members. Admins will still be able to view the results before the survey ends. The show survey respondent name on individual responses report. This is another admin feature, and this will show on that individual responses report where it shows one person's responses to every question. This will actually tell you who the respondent was.
Alright, so that should wrap up our survey module. I hope this video has been helpful. As always, if you have any questions, you can submit a ticket to service@veethconsulting.com. Thanks again. Have a nice day.